She killed my dog. She murdered Buddy. The pain that she caused me, the balls that she has. To say the things that she does and do the things that she does and accuse is obscene. It makes me so angry that I can't even stand to talk about her. That every time you bring her up, it makes me scream. That I have to smoke weed to tolerate her. Last night you were talking about her and I yelled, all you do is talk about her, because all you do is talk about her, you and the other girl. Because she stole from her. And she took her phone. She can't even come over anymore because she's afraid of what she'll do. This is just unbelievable. And I just want her out of our lives. I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of talking about her. I'm tired of focusing on her. I'm tired of worrying about her. I'm tired of breathing her name. I'm tired of her going in the front yard and the dog is barking at her. I'm tired of her stressing Frankie out. I'm tired of you worrying about her. I'm tired of you talking about her, of you talking about everything that she's done to you. I'm tired of you going on and on and on and on and on about her. I'm tired of us talking about going to the police station and picketing and not doing it. If we're gonna do it, we need to do it. I want to take a picture of Buddy and say LAPD killed my dog, because they did.
No.
Buddy died because they did not serve a restraining order on her. She walked out with my dog. She cast a spell on me, and I did not go after him because of whatever she did to me. Because I was like, Buddy. And then I was like, fine, and I went back and laid down, and I saw her walk off with them, and I didn't stop her. Nobody stopped her. Not one person stopped her. She was walking off with my dog. I had that dog for 10 years. There's no way I would let her do that unless she did something to me. He was my life. He was my best friend. He knew me inside and out. When I got a massage, he was laying down next to me on his back, his belly exposed, relaxing, enjoying life. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. She took my best friend from me. Then she had the balls to give me a picture of him.
Yeah.
And say, I'm sorry. I picked his dead body off the asphalt. His brain splattered everywhere. Because all he wanted to do was be free. I can't talk about this anymore.
No, it's okay. Okay, then we'll go. Let's stop for now. Let's stop for now, and I commend your courage to go through with this, even though it hurts tremendously. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you.
I miss him so much. He was my best friend. I should have gone after him. I don't know why I didn't. Why did I go after him? What did she do to me? I was so worried about him, and then I was fine, and I just went back and laid down. I don't know why I didn't go after him. I should have stopped her.
Tanya, it's okay.
I should have stopped her.
Tanya, it's not your fault, Tanya. It's not your fault. Okay.
Nobody stopped her, not you, not your mom. Nobody stopped her. Nobody stopped her, and he's gone.
What's Frankie doing? Look at what Frankie's doing. Frankie's like, I'm climbing up here. What's Frankie doing?
I miss him so much. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. Oh, buddy, I love you.
He's still here, Toddy. He's still here. He's here, and I'm here. Frankie's here. Baby, I love you. Frankie loves you. And Buddy loves you. And you went through this,
God,
and you expressed it.
I can't believe that. I can't believe I brought him all the way here and he's dead. Why did I bring him? He'd still be alive if I left him in South Carolina.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't leave him. He was my best friend.
Okay, Todd.
Oh, God. Why are you recording me?
It has to be documented, honey. It has to be documented. She said other victims.
Blowing my nose? That is disgusting.
We'll edit that part out, honey. We'll edit that part, okay? Oh, the dog should come out of here.
I need some weed.
Okay, we'll go get some weed. You deserve it, honey. We should have a mirror here. I'm gonna put sticky light here so when I'm doing this, I can see that it's
I've been doing my mirror work, so I love myself, and I'm gonna speak positively about everything, and I'm gonna say yes instead of no. But he's not gonna die in vain.
He's not, Tanya. He's not. He's a martyr. He's a martyr. I love him too. I love him. Not love. I love him. Okay? I love him. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, he was so good.
He's the best.
Why did he have to die? God, why did you take him from me? Why did you take him from me, God? Why did you take him from me? I've got 3 dogs at home and not one of them can replace him. Not one. I got 3 dogs and not one can replace him.
They can't.
I can't replace him. Nothing can replace him. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad, God. It hurt so bad. I can't go to prayer group. I can't do anything. It hurts so bad. It just hurts. It just paralyzes me.
Don't say that, honey. You grow stronger out of this. I feel maybe in some way it's part of God's plan.
I don't want it to be part of God's plan. I want my dog back. Why did he take my dog? Why did God do that? I don't have anything from South Carolina, and he took the one thing that I love the most. It was like taking one of my children. He took my baby from me. That's why I lost all that weight.
It's maybe something. It's not like a bad intention. Maybe she wants there's something good about. Maybe like there's something that's like more deep than that, honey. It's like I feel like it's his spirit is like it's not ready to die. It needs to come out or something. I feel it's just like these dogs, her dog, the dogs are talking to each other. They know what's going on a deeper way that maybe we don't understand. Tanya, I feel that the dogs communicate with each other. I do think it is precious. It's not because I was telling the cops about what's going on, her dog, our dog, and stuff, and she was like ridiculing me like any other like pet issues, and like to her, to the cops, if it's not like the cop told me, if she's not holding a knife to your neck, it ain't our concern. It's not a police matter. And I think that's what's wrong. And this is what I really need to articulate, that particular attitude and criteria. Because police do get called, I believe more than 90% of calls are like domestic, like husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend fighting, they call the police. Okay? And all they can do, if it's a crime, if it meets the criteria for crime, like it's a knife to it's actual physical, and they will do put handcuffs on and leave. And what this girl has said was, we were having trouble with another girl who was intoxicated and acting dangerously. And I was calling all around to get help, mobile, psych evaluation team or something. Nobody was willing to help. And the final thing was getting out of hand was to call police. Now what she herself told me, the lady scamming, she said, if you don't want her to go to jail, but you're concerned about her, you want to get help, no other option, then it's better to tell them that she's hurting herself instead of saying she's scaring me, because then with that statement they would take her to a psych facility and have a social worker talk to her, a psychiatrist, prescribe her something, and then get her help that she would need, counseling, group therapy, place to stay, all that. And this is the thing, that the girl understands the way you talk to police and how to talk to them to get results. This is her expertise. She's been arrested way more than 14 times.
She knows how to talk to cops. She had a smirk on her face the whole time she was talking to cops.
Exactly. She
was laughing.
Yeah.
She had them wrapped around her finger.
Yeah.
She told them that girl had bipolar.
Yeah. So,
and they believed her.
Yeah. So that's one of the methods is to say mental illness on the other person and in order to devalidate. Now this is something I've heard them repeatedly do that, and others use that method. That police officer was doing, repeatedly saying, "Are you on meds? Are you on meds?" And then if you're on meds, then it immediately devalues what you're saying. It's not valid. You lose credibility. You on meds, that's a whole different thing. You're not a credible witness. It's just like you're subhuman, and that's repeatedly her intention to do that with people. That her victim, and the fact that the police detective on the second floor of the West Valley, I didn't want to give his name. I should. And I have the recording. Immediately goes, repeatedly asks, "Are you on meds?" And then another thing, the place where I do get the health care that I get, I was consulting a therapist about this. And then she goes, "Look, you do seem a lot of stressed out. You do seem angry about this. Have you considered taking meds?" Why? No other help she wants to give, but meds. Now that's lucrative for the pharmaceutical business, industry. Lucrative for the psychiatrist, right?
For someone who takes medication, I find that offensive.
I know. The thing
medication does not solve your problems. It's there to help you.
Yeah.
Through something. It's there to help you get through something, but it is not the answer to the problem.
Exactly. Yes.
It's not the answer.
Yes.
There's a bike ahead of you.
Yes, I acknowledge that, Toddy. I also need the point I want to make is that the only help available from health professionals, because they don't want to get involved in any of this, because it scares them. They don't want to look at video. Remember that how angry I got? I said, "Can you look at this YouTube video I made that shows what's going on?" I said, No. Remember how angry I got? Nobody wants to look at video. Nobody. They say, "I don't want to be implicated." No therapist, they don't want to hear about it. He didn't want the guy at that place didn't want to write on the computer what I'm going. I was just like, "Can you just write this so maybe somebody there is aware of what's going on, they would help me." He was refusing to write it down. He says, "You're forcing me to write it down." They want nothing to do with it. The fact that the police say this is a therapist matter, this isn't police matter. Don't bother us with it.
Because you don't have a knife to your neck.
But the fact is that despite that it's not a knife to my neck, nobody else that wants to help about it because they're scared to. They're scared of being sued. They're scared of being implicated, brought to court. They're scared her and her people who do constantly threaten. And the previous victims my investigator talked to said they're scared to talk because she has drug dealer friends and gang type friends who do constantly threaten in a way that doesn't register. They don't take seriously. It's not a knife to your neck. It's more subtle intentionally. This is her technique. She does everything, and the cop himself,
under the radar,
she knows the line and comes right up to the line and repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again over a whole year, more than a year she's been doing this to us, more than a year. All these varieties of methods and techniques that are deliberately engineered specifically
this is why I scream.
To drive you nuts, to be in a covert way. And I described all of this to the cop who said, "That's not a crime, that's not a crime, that's not a crime, that's not a crime. I can't help you with it." And that's what I was saying. Is their only function, the police, is if it registers as a crime, they will put handcuffs on and take the person away to jail or in some cases to cite what if it's shown, if you tell them like if she's trying to hurt herself, and it's like mechanical, like RoboCops. They have no heart at all. They have no sense of, they see it's wrong. They support it and encourage it repeatedly. And part of it is because she told them lies. She knows what lies they respond to, in what ways exactly. And this graffiti that I first saw last year on my mailbox, and I asked her about it. She says she knows nothing about it.
There's graffiti on the dresser
on
in
the
front
dresser
of,
in the front.
in front of the door.
So that she put in there, and the one she can't deny, that's in her own wall facing outside. The wall in the room where she's occupying, it's not her room, it's the room that she's occupying. Though she draws the window, keeps the curtain in certain situations at night open with the lights on, with LED lights like a Las Vegas sign, colored LED lights flashing, dancing in front of the window like a signal. And she has that graffiti on the wall right there inside to be seen, and it's the same as the one on the mailbox that says keys. And that keys, to my mind, means, I'm going to ask her to see what gang it is, what thing, but to my mind, keys, she knows the keys. These tools, these methods of engineered methods, meticulously designed to operate using the law and getting the police themselves to help her carry out the scam. The keys, the woman that has an arsenal of methods and techniques engineered meticulously, specifically so that they use the law and they use the police to carry out her scam. And the thing about this, and then I also needed to mention right there, is she has all these costumes, and right there's hanging right on the wall, visible intentionally from the window where there's the dancing lights and that the graffiti on the wall. Inside is a hanger, and it's all these bras.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
All of these bras hanging like obscenely on display intentionally. The bra with leopard skin on pattern on it. All these kinky sex. She's doing some sexual service, cam show, something, I don't know what. And then the Instagram and her Facebook shows, sexually suggestive, provocative things with her sticking her tongue out and say if only, or all kinds of code words and dog whistle techniques to get. Then she does have. She was bringing people in there sometimes 2 at a time every night, for the purpose of threatening me, scaring me. People who look like drug dealers, people with tattoos up to their neck, up to their face and their legs, people who had just had criminal activity, that police activity going on that the police themselves talk about, and then she brings them refuge in my house while we have restraining order against her. Repeatedly. She still thinks we always hear people and men in there repeatedly at night. And she's doing something, and we keep reporting this to the police. They say she's allowed to have visitors. You don't have any proof as prostitution. And then that's why, I was concerned about that. That's going on in my house, and at some point the police, every time they come, they support and encourage her repeatedly every single time, no matter what. They keep encouraging and supporting her and scolding me and humiliating, and that's what she tells me. You humiliated yourself in the police. You just tell the police. I tell you, I have video, you dragging the dog, go tell the police. She knows the police are on her side. My mom saw her in the police car talking to police. I have video of her flirting with the police. obvious, like blatantly, in front of my house, in front of the
She
front
had a
gate.
smirk on her face whenever I called the
Yeah.
cops because she took that girl's phone.
Yeah. And then, that very first time I remember, when the two LAPD SMART officers came, because I'd seen the picture of a gun on her Facebook, and I reported that, called the police. They said, call LAPD SMART. You see a gun, you feel threatened, call. And after the visit, they were outside. They went outside the front, in front of the front yard, in front of the gate, on the pavement. I think they were on the pavement, and she was on this side. And for a long time, they were talking to her. And I look in the police says, we're just talking. And at the time, and now I didn't think much, but now I realize they bonded there. She bonds. That's the method. She bonds with the police like she was bonding with you in the front house, Indian style. You were saying, sitting like that. Below you, she knows these techniques. So that's to bond with you, make you feel intimate, like she's getting under your skin, you know? Mm-hmm. And you're telling all kinds of intimate things intentionally. And she does the same thing with them, telling them lies, and they don't tell me. Right? They don't tell me what she's told them, so I'm not able to reveal
Defend
that it's
yourself.
a lie. You know, they say they're not judged, but they are. Because they listen to her, and they've been supporting and encouraging her because they listen to her lies and they believe them. And I asked them, I need to see these police officers, talk to them to see what lies she told them, because that's her formula. She knows exactly what lies to tell the police to get them to support her. And then every one of them, every visit they come, and that's why that officer was there, and he was arguing with me, deliberately did this stonewalling technique that all of the police officers seem to be doing every single visit when they're talking to me. But then when they're talking to her, they're like talking like humanely. But when talking, they have this RoboCop technique of not letting any communication, or if they allow communication, they don't let it it's like talking to a wall. It just goes on one ear. It was, even if I file the grievance of this police misconduct, the person in charge of that says, well, that's Zeke, that's above my pay grade. I said, what are you talking about? He said, that's a societal problem.
And when that one cop tried to talk to you about it, and she was like, I know that it's dishonest, and that the criminals are being that cop stopped her.
Yeah. That one lady at the police station said, you preaching to the choir. We know the laws are written in a way that they support and encourage the criminals. And I heard that this is you, a cop, saying it. Why is it like that? And when I pressed on that, the other officer next to her said something to stop us. I said, look, is this going on? You want me to stop this? And then they stopped me talking about it. There's something there. And I know what it is, because it is lucrative. The investigator that I talked to said the reason she's doing this is because it works. It works. It's lucrative, and I'll go into all the ways they profit from it, because they drive you crazy until, you know how you're saying, everyone talks to that Karina, it drives you mad that she bonds with you intimately and then uses that again to stab you, or fucks you in such a way that you get so mad. But using a technique, it's not a knife to your neck. So it's a technique, gaslighting technique, plus all of the other techniques. Using the police to do that to you, back you in a corner, have the police against you. And then like all the vigilante movies, what happens? When you see the police aren't taking action, nobody's helping, nobody wants to be involved.
You take it upon yourself to do it, and then she wins.
Then that's what she uses. She has all these wounds all on her body that she displays these blatantly in broad daylight on her social media, both on Facebook and Instagram.
Because she wants...
And they're not healed because she can't go to the hospital. She can't get help for these.
So she blackmails you in order...
She uses that to blackmail you, that I'll sue you or you'll end up in jail or something. She gets you to hurt her using these techniques, and then she uses that to have control over you because you will end up in jail. The screwed up justice system and the lawyers and the detectives and the police and the judge. The judge, I'm explaining to her, she's taking revenge on me for stuff others have done to her. Says, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your psychological analysis. The only thing she wants to hear, if it's a crime, a knife to your neck or something that registers as a crime, and then there's a punishment for the crime, which is why she is the way she is, because she's born into a world without a dad. The mom said, you're not getting rid of the baby, you gotta leave. When she was 13, all these horrible, can you imagine being violated with your own parents in this way?
I was violated by my parents.
So you
and
know.
It did not give me an excuse to be a jackass.
I know. So some of us are sicker than others. Some of us go in a different direction. I know. So was I.
And you're not perverted and sick and fucked up.
I know. Look, we go different directions, different polarities. Some people become intensely mean. Some become intensely soft. And these two polarities end up together for some reason. You see? Because then she specifically looks for victims, targets that are like me, that become soft because of the abuse. Not the house she, and these opposites attract, end up in the same house. You see?
This is why I scream.
This is why. And then so this is her way of thumbing her nose at the whole world and the whole system that screwed her over. Instead of getting her help, they just arrested her over and over, re-traumatizing her worse and worse every time. The hell she goes through in the court, in the justice system, in the jail, in the prison. She goes through. I know you don't, but I want to understand it so I can address the societal thing, honey. I need you to go through with this. I know you don't care for her because she hurt you. It's deeper than that for me. I need to understand it because this is a societal problem. It's not just her and you and me. The entire country, all of the people who are right now performing the same trick with the same set of tools, maybe different varieties, all of her previous victims and all of the victims in the country, the other people right now that are being held hostage in their own houses with someone living in there claiming tenant protection rights, especially using COVID and using like the defense of they
don't have a lawyer friend.
Yeah, and then the woman's saying unfairly saying I'm being sexually abused, or he's saying if I don't touch him, he's gonna kick me out, which is so humiliating and unfair. Why would I need to kick her out? Use that to get her to touch me and say if you don't leave me, right? Do I need to pay you or have you to get you to touch me, honey? Why would she say that? You know how humiliating that is, that she repeats that horrible, humiliating statement over and over again to all these people, all of my friends. She said it to the spiritual healer, to all these horrible accusations she said about me, to the police, to my best friends, to you. She lied to you to get you to leave me because I'm a better target for her. Alone, because now the other day I heard the police, look, he has a girlfriend. So your story doesn't hold water that she would force you. She has a girlfriend that is touching him without needing like like that kind of thing. Right, honey? I don't need you to touch me, right?
No.